So we're in HydroWorks HQ. I used the Osmio Infinity machine during Ramadan. Ramadan is a holy month for Muslims where we observe a nil by mouth dry fast, which means we don't eat or drink from sunrise to sunset. And this is something that we do for around 30 days every year. A lot of people in the first few days to week, tend to experience lots of withdrawals and also sustained dehydration. Because I've been consciously fasting and observing Ramadan and eating very healthy and very clean for many years now. And I wanted to take this opportunity to try the Hydroxy machine and also the Osmio Infinity together. You know, this beautiful machine here, this way of hydrating influenced my fast, my performance, my focus, my energy, my mood, my sleep. Because my review is very positive. I actually felt I was very consistent with the use of this, and this I was on and off it. I wasn't able to use this in the day because it breaks the fast, because it's a form of nourishment. So I was only able to get this machine in at night. And I do remember the first time I used the machine, when I used it, I definitely felt something happening to me physically. I felt very relaxed, very grounded, and to the point where I had the most beautiful sleep, recovery sleep. In between using this machine and not using it when I was traveling as well, I definitely noticed a difference physically when I'd spent a week, you know, hydrating with this and using this machine, and then spending a couple of days not using it. I definitely felt a difference in my energy, in my mood, in my hydration. Every time I came off the back of using this machine and breathing really deeply with my diaphragm for about 30 to 40 minutes, I felt very grounded in my body. I had mobility, had flexibility in my joints. And again, I'm not just saying this, but I like to consider that I'm somewhat connected to my physical self, and I know my body very well. So I wouldn't make that claim if that wasn't true, or if there wasn't substantial enough influence from the use of both of these machines or these technologies to be able to notice a difference. So as a Muslim who was observing the fast, who generally eats very well, my nutrition is very good. I wasn't having any caffeine either during the fasting. Generally, my overall experience was that I felt hydrated. I didn't need to drink too much water, because this is the problem most people have. They overconsume fluids at night and they tend to pass it all out, go to the toilet regularly. That influences sleep, etc., etc. So hydrating with these machines definitely, I believe, allowed my body to retain more water, for my kidneys not to flush out the water. So I was able to intracellularly hydrate instead of just drinking and then, you know, passing urine. So I know this is something a lot of Muslims do suffer with during the month of Ramadan, because they're trying to drink loads of water, and as a result of that, they're actually demineralizing because they're weeing all of the fluids out. When you are correctly hydrated, your body can function very well. This allowed me to not have to over subscribe to fluids, and allowed me to just drink enough and feel good with it. Essentially, my feedback on the Osmio Infinity, which I was only able to use during the night and around kind of the pre-dawn time, and drinking this with some Celtic salt, me and my wife, both of us, felt that we were being properly hydrated on a cellular level. I mean, off the back of Ramadan, I've not been using this as much, and I've definitely not felt the same level of hydration that I felt when I was fasting in Ramadan and not drinking fluids. I definitely would recommend this for people generally who are looking to hydrate without having to drink 2-3 liters of water a day. And Ramadan is one of those times in the year where we test our physiological capacity and our limits. So for Muslims who are looking to train, perform, function for their businesses, be on point in their relationships, as parents, as partners, as athletes, it's important that the Ramadan experience, which depletes us in our nutrition and our general eating regimen and our drinking regimen, should still not take away from our ability to be happy, healthy, balanced, vibrant, joyful human beings. And unfortunately, what happens in Ramadan is people's mood and their behaviors shift drastically because they are dehydrated, they are demineralized, they are malnourished. And then the basic fundamental level of nutrition is hydration. So we must intelligently hydrate, and I feel that using this machine and also using this on more of a clinical, performance enhancing level, this machine I feel has the potential to do formidable things in the human body, especially people who are like depleted and malnourished and dehydrated and inflamed. But this itself, I feel, was very beneficial, of huge value. And I will continue to endorse this because I definitely feel it did have an influence on my ability to remain hydrated for long periods of time without having to drink too much water. But I am fascinated and I'm intrigued about healing sciences, and I treat people. I work with therapy, I have my own clinic, and I have been treating patients for over 7 years. And hydration has always been a fundamental part of my nutritional coaching and naturopathy. Hydrogenating the water using this technology or any other form of technology that hydrogenates the water, I feel drinking hydroxy water is definitely something that I will continue to endorse with all of my patients, especially the athletes. But hydration is very important, and dehydration can create serious health conditions or ailments. So if we can correct the human being's hydration status, we can do a lot with their body. And it's nice carrying something of value that reminds you to take care of yourself. So this is why overall, as an experience, as a tool, as a kit, as a technology, if people walked around with this, they'd be more likely to hydrate consciously. They're more likely to have improved health. We want to now move away from fasting and see how this adds value or this influences the body outside of fasting. Because I hadn't been fasting, and then I started fasting, and then we introduced this machine. So to have more of a kind of a fair, objective reflection, I also want to test this outside of Ramadan. What I enjoyed about the little experiment that I did, is the contribution that the hydration had on my sleep and my recovery. I feel that hydrating correctly is not even halfway there. You're most of the way there. I know when I'm dehydrated or I'm getting close to dehydration, either the base of my skull, my lips, or my back, one of them, and I know straight away, man, I'm not hydrated properly. Three or four of these a day. That's not even a liter. Okay, people is to be conscious about their hydration, to use clean water, to use purified water, to use electrically hydrogen-rich water, minimizing impurities in the water and toxins in the water and phytoestrogens and chloride and fluoride, all that crap.
Yeah.
And using things like raw honey or aloe vera or Celtic sea salt, like I have done over the years, to increase intracellular hydration, because these are proven to hydrate the cells. Because you can be drinking 3-4 liters of water a day, but the water's not getting in your cells. I believe that this helps facilitate for that. If having one of these is going to improve your behavior around hydration, then get one. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If using this machine for a month is going to help you improve your relationship, and your behavior around looking after yourself, get one. These are tools to help you take control of your health. You don't want to outsource it to anybody, especially people that are not looking to make you feel better and are trying to pump drugs in your system. Because over the last few years, I've just been traveling, and Ramadan's been different. My energy output hasn't been the same. Yeah. Whereas this year, I was working 5 days a week, 7 days a week. Yeah. Serving customers, long days. Yeah, long, and then coming home and then doing worship at night and going to the mosque. So that also has to be factored in. And, I was on my feet 10 hours a day, and I was perspirating, but I didn't feel dehydrated. I didn't feel fatigued. We're going to find a way to utilize this in my clinic.
Drinking hydrogen.